Good afternoon. It is 5:09 on Saturday, May the 9th. Welcome to Talking Bollocks part 44. I think my writing gets worse and worse and worse as time goes on, although it is quite difficult to write backwards, though I am getting lots better at it. I have kind of had a headache all day, but I think I've got hay fever. Also, I'm feeling kind of emotion. Had Saturday morning meditation at the Croydon Buddhist Centre, and come on, pudding. And I couldn't sit still, and I'm fidgeting a lot. And I guess, you know, it's my grandmother's birthday tomorrow, as I said before, and so I'm feeling all a bit emotion about it. So I may or may not do a Talking Bollocks tomorrow. I don't know yet. I'm not sure what I'm going to feel like, so I can't promise anything. What did I do? I started watching Gangs of London last night. Incredibly violent within the first few seconds of it starting, and of course I loved it. Some of the fighting wasn't very realistic, but hey, it's a program. It's not real. Yeah, I realised yesterday that I sort of had to stay a little bit off of Facebook. After sort of, I realised that I always get a bit arseholey when I'm feeling emotion, and the best thing to do in that way is to then not go on Facebook, because I don't think I come across very well sometimes, and I just can't be bothered with the battles of it all the time. You know, I think there are some great conversations to be had on Facebook, don't you, Pudding? But yesterday is not the day to have it when I'm feeling so emotional. In fact, when I sort of started meditating this morning, we were doing a loving kindness. I started to cry in the first bit, and I'm just kind of, I'm not denying any of my feelings. I'm just feeling them at the moment. I think it's really important. What have I written? I've written some notes too. So with the arseholey when feeling emotional, sometimes I don't know when to leave things and not make them a battle or not make them a thing, just because when I was little I didn't really learn many boundaries, and so everything was a fight. So I don't know sometimes when to leave it, but it doesn't bring me anything to my life to kind of be a dick about things. And it's not even being a dick about things. Sometimes I have a very good point. It's just sometimes that very good point is not the best time to put that very good point across. But yeah, if that makes sense at all. I have been for a socially distant walk with a friend today. Hello, Katie. That was very, very nice. We stayed pretty much 2 meters or more apart the whole time for a walk over the country park, and that was lovely, having sort of a catch up. It's very weird not giving someone a hug, though. I didn't like that bit, but it was very nice to see her. And then when I came back, I decided to just chill in the garden, basically. I've been tested a little bit on my theory by Elliot for my grading in 3 weeks, but mostly I listened to My Favourite Murder, played Angry Birds, and sunbathed in the garden and listened to music. Currently, I'm still listening to Savage Purge by Carol Hodge, which I am really loving. Yeah, it's good. Did do some more crocheting yesterday. I've been looking up a few more things to try, because there's, you know, a couple of different patterns. I know, but it's just, there's a couple of different patterns of things that I want to try, and so I have to learn different stitches for those, which I'm sure once I get into the swing of it. But I found some really good YouTube videos to watch, because I need to see it visually. Seeing it as a picture on like a piece of paper or in a book doesn't work for me. I've tried, and it just doesn't go well. Yeah, so I think we're gonna have a little barbecue this evening. I don't think that I'm up for really loads of socialising with the rest of the household today. I'm feeling headachy and tired, and just feeling a little bit over sort of emotional. So I don't want to go to bed too late. I'm not going to have a drink today, but I will have a drink on my grandmother's what would have been her birthday tomorrow. And I'm really enjoying my flowers. The other iris, I don't know if you can see that. The other iris is about to come out, so that's lovely. And I really am getting joy from flowers. Although I wasn't getting joy from the cat eating the flowers, which I'd moved to somewhere else so I could close the curtains. At about, I think it was about 4:45 this morning. So I may have to put the flowers out of the room during the night, so she doesn't eat them, and maybe invest in getting her some of her own grass or something. I don't know, do they do that for cats? Can you buy cats their own little garden? Because she doesn't really go out very much because the big dog. Although she has started going out in the front garden. And I could tell when her arrival, when she came back, because she climbed through my window at the back of the house. But next door's German Shepherd was massively, majorly barking. And I think that's because the cat was walking on the fence to avoid the dogs. But I think she's got a bit old for too much walking along the fence now. So even though she did it, I don't think it's something she's going to do on a regular basis. Otherwise, she'd go out more and do it the other in reverse to get outside. Yeah. So yeah, I had a lovely read and a lovely play of Angry Birds and a lovely sort of thing. But I think the best thing I can do to look after myself today is just to sort of chill, do a bit of crochet, watch a bit of telly, and have a nice early night and try and settle into my night a bit more. Last night I was playing my Insight Timer app again, which I have been for maybe 8-9 days now, maybe more, who knows, time goes screwy, yeah? And yeah, and I was listening to the sounds of campfires and next to a stream, which was quite nice actually. And that's something that I do want to do as soon as possible after lockdown, is go camping. And there's a campsite in Sussex that I really love, that you can have your own campfires. You do have to buy bags of wood off them per day, but it does allow campfires, which a lot of them don't. But there isn't any electrical hookups, so sort of it's quite quiet a lot of the time, or it has been when we've been there. And last time we found this amazing walk that goes right under a viaduct, which is really cool, which is actually used for trains. Not sure what line it would be, actually. I'd have to work that one out. But you can walk right underneath it. And we had to walk through a cornfield to go underneath it. And that was quite freaky. Because all I kept on thinking was Children of the Corn. That horror film. But I think I watched it when I was maybe 11 or something ridiculous. Like really young. But that's how I watched a lot of horror films, unfortunately. Although I kind of still scared of the dark, actually. Or it's not so much that I'm scared of it, it's more that I'm apprehensive of it. And I think that does come from watching too many horror films. I know when I stayed in a friend's house that had a cellar, I kind of kept on thinking about the cellar on and off for my stay there. And there's nothing like an overactive imagination, is there, to freak yourself the fuck out. But yeah, my imagination is quite vast sometimes. But anyway, all right, well, I hope you all have a lovely Saturday, whatever it is that you're doing. Yeah. It'll be interesting to see what the news will be tomorrow with Johnson. God, I wanted to instantly follow that up with the pig then, but yeah. The pig of Prime Minister, but that's my active imagination again. That's exactly what I thought. So when he does his little thing tomorrow, apparently they're going to speak, aren't they? I don't know what is going to reopen or what's going to change. Hopefully they allow us to have sort of people round in a barbecue capacity. In gardens and things, that would be nice. Or at least people can be sort of a bit more doing things outside. But yeah, I think the weather's turning tomorrow as well. So I have been thinking about maybe taking myself for a nice long walk tomorrow by myself, to just have to sort of listen to the birds and think things, or I might sort of take the bike out, I don't know. Can you hear the cat meow purring? She purrs really loudly. Look. It's going to piss her off though, she'll probably attack me. Right, well, you have a happy Saturday, and I will maybe see you tomorrow. If not, I will see you on Monday. Bye, guys.